Oh, hello there. Oh, right. I suppose now I should call you Your Majesty. You know, I was just telling Papa, even through all that mess, everyone's really been working hard.
Am I keeping my promise?
Am I keeping my promise properly from back then?
Yes, you beat the villain, and now the city's full of smiles. And I'm sure Papa's smiling down on you too.
That's good. Hearing that from you really lifts my heart.
It's a joy to see kids like her smile. The future changes slowly, and the burden of its momentum will fall on their shoulders. One day.
Don't worry. I'll try to do my part with what I've got. I want to help everyone understand that the world could be a better place if we can join hands with one another. Miss Fabian's fed so many hungry people since things changed. Some of those people even said they found their place there. I think I did too. If we can all change together for the better like that, we'll be closer to Your Majesty's and Papa's dream.
A place where I ought to be. A side of myself I ought to show. This path was never clear.
And I want to help with something too. I want everyone across the land to be able to smile.
I like that one.
Yes, I expect great things, my trusty advisor.
Yeah. Thank you, Your Majesty. Oh, thank you, Your Majesty.
We should be the ones thanking her. Feels like I can see the entire country's future in her smile.
Everyone!
Long time no see. How have you been?
As we find ourselves afield, I thought I might visit Alsace myself.
Hold on a tick. Those people there? Surely not.
Naturally, we're drawing attention. We didn't all have to go at once.
Needn't fuss, old thing. It's been too long since we were all together again anyway.
Just like old times.
Lady Tuna, did you really come all this way in a runner? Could have asked His Majesty to pop over and bring you back with a teleport or two.
The unmitigated nerve.
Oh, it's fine. I wanted to take in our country as it is. It's definitely a little rougher outside the capital's walls. There's still traces of melancholia around, and the odd human roaming about.
We're sending soldiers out for every incident we can. But it's not easy to hear the voice of the people from more distant regions.
I guess it's obvious. But just because you're king now doesn't make you suddenly all-seeing.
A lesson I learned last year. In the end, I was blind to a great deal of this world. Never would have learned if I hadn't pushed out the door and seen it with my own eyes.
He's right. The capital can be a bit of a bubble. There will always be more to do and learn beyond its walls.
A year ago, I would have just said we could fly over ourselves. I mean, let's be real. The capital isn't going to fall apart if we just sneak over for a little tour, is it?
Of course not. We specifically put precautions in place to keep things running.
Yet it has only been 1 year. We cannot be too complacent too soon, lest the dissidents seize on the opportunity.
Oh, there he is! Over there! See? I told you, that's His Majesty, innit?
Might have been a bit too obvious.
Oi there, Your Majesty!
You dare hoy the king, you swine?
Steady on, Hulkenberg, calm. You needn't draw steel on the poor fellow. We're the ones who indulged in this little day trip.
Your Majesty, thanks for all you do, really. Have to say, my life's a lot easier now.
There's more work to do every day, but we're in this together. We believe in you.
Everyone's so supportive. Kind of brings back memories from last year.
Rather. It's the sort of thing to get a chap all misty-eyed over the past. What a journey it was.
We really did just leg it up and down the country slaying dragons, eh? Can't believe we actually survived it.
They were dangerous times. but exciting ones too.
When we fought to appease the dragon god, I had no idea we would have to face another 4 dragons.
Nor I. Never thought the day would come when I'd be hailed as a dragon slayer. Huh. Life is full of surprises.
Right.
I resolved to believe in my ideals no matter what may come back then. Even if the world is slow to change, King's beliefs can never waver.
It was a hard road, but we did have fun together, didn't we?
Looks like we're drawing a crowd. Time to get back to work.
Indeed. A veritable mountain of tasks awaits us, and I will see it crested.
Ba-ba-da-ba-dum.
And not long after, the new year dawned.
Time for another journey?
A journey? Are you really planning on leaving us?
There's more I have to see, and I assume he intends to go with everyone.
There's more I have to see. With my own eyes.
You want to know what's going on in the world, huh? Well, I guess you are the king.
Sounds like fun, but a daily jaunt down to the slums is one thing, and a proper journey is quite another. You're a king now, lad. You've got the people's expectations on your shoulders. It's all right to just sit on your throne and mind the home front, you know?
Yeah, we'll go to the top one.
I don't care to be kingly. That's less important than doing what I need to do.
You're not even concerned? Can't you take this a little more seriously?
Ever the fearless gadabout, eh? Well, I take your point, lad. Magla and the humans make a fine barometer for the anxiety still swirling in the country. So you go out and give it a proper survey, where it is and how much is there. If people can't face their anxieties, they can't keep their eyes forward. And if they can't do that, we'll have a bally hard time moving forward as a nation or a people. So you want to get a better grasp of it all. That's your most important duty as a ruler. That's what you're thinking, eh?
Right.
Even the most faraway future begins with the belief that it can be realized. So I'll press onward. That's the best I can do.
If that was your plan, you could have just said so.
I was getting around to it.
Sounds like a fine idea to me. A proper spot of fun, besides. Wouldn't expect any less from our king and captain. Well, since I'm the bally court engineer, I've no choice but to come along. I'm the only driver fit to maneuver the Royal Sky Runner after all. And why, you're the Dragon Slayer King, bane of monsters all across the country. When I imagine what sort of wondrous encounters you've got next, well, I'm all agog. Yes, here begins our quest anew. Let us sally forth upon our... hello? Are you not listening to me?
Hi, guys.
Sire, you've really got to stop chasing these ideas all on your own. You'll be the death of us.
Once again, sire, I've asked you countless times to give word if you're to leave the castle. Such caprice.
Nurse, don't tell me you called for them beforehand.
Saved us a bit of time, eh? Though, hello, what's this? I count only 2 of the 6 partisans. Short a few spears.
For my part, I believe 'tis unrealistic for all of us to depart the capital together.
They're gonna turn up anyway.
Oh, so you've no plans to stop our little adventure, eh?
Hulkenberg and I talked it over. We decided that if you insist on going, we'd rather go with you than stop you.
Yeah, go with them.
Are you sure about this?
I was thinking back to our last fight with Luis. So many people supported us, but not for any high-minded ideals or arguments.
They were supporting us because we were actively fighting a monster on their behalf. In the end, people make choices based on their personal experience and emotion. Even if decided justly and supported by prosperity, the people may struggle to trust a king whose face they do not know. An invisible ruler is no cure for their fears.
Right. I'm not opposed to the idea of getting out into the world again. Really, it might be the wisest move to make sure you're a king everyone knows.
My friends and allies believe as I do. Their support is the greatest treasure I could have. Aww.
Still, this early into the new year? 'Tis never a dull moment in your Majesty's employ.
Bit of a smaller party than we last set out with, huh? But it's a pleasure to be on the road again with you.
Okay, but can we really afford to have both our general and the Royal Guard's captain coming along for this?
'Tis natural course for the Royal Guard to accompany the king. And I trust my corps is not so feeble that it will fall apart in my absence.
We'll make it work. Got to learn to trust others and delegate, right? We'll just have to lead by example.
Then let's go.
Right then, let's go.
Ba-ba-da-dum.
You once heard my voice and answered a query in kind.
Query?
Is fantasy a powerless creation? That timeless question. So long as life remains in the world, we seekers all shall search for our answer. But he will find his. Of that I am certain. And it is thanks to you for believing in and guiding him. That was the true purpose of my royal magic, you know. To seek and obtain guidance from denizens of a land beyond ours. And it was you who answered the call. Armed with your hope, armed with the power of fantasy, you rose in glory. Such courage, such whimsy, and yes, what thrills. You have my sincerest thanks.
Yeah, no problem, mate.
Feels familiar. It's been far too long.
Aye, the wind feels an echo of days past.
Unusually poetic for you.
There they are.
They're awful, aren't they? They would have left us behind. Oh.
Well, I'm not certain we're in a position to talk, having followed straight after, saying we could just teleport back.
Well, hey, we figured the kids might want to change your scenery, like.
Wow!
Oh, yeah.
Amazing!
Poetic indeed. That the scepter's absence restored order to Magla, and even greenery to the sands.
I'll say, I definitely like this view better.
Let's go.
I say just let's go. Okay. I expected like to new horizons. You know, something a bit more. Something a bit more. So, assuming there's no post credits, there might be. We'll see. We'll see. We'll find out. Thoughts on the game? I very much I still have those similar feelings that I had towards the end there. I'd say I could split the story up into like 4 sections. Almost. And I'd say it was sort of like the third part of the game was weaker than the other 3 parts, which again, as I pointed out previously, like it's very story-wise and gameplay-wise. It just felt like the bit when, like with the Mage Academy and then waiting on the Luis stuff, just didn't feel as good as the rest of the game. Because the rest of the game, this is why this is not like actually a negative, I just want to put that out. Because the rest of the game is really good. Really good. It just feels sort of like that bit lets it down a bit compared to the rest, which is really good. Because I did like the bit at the end, like when we were going through like the final dungeons, and then heading off towards Luis and then doing all those little bosses on the side and the little character interactions there. Like, I like that bit. It was like, felt like we were going back to what we had previously. It's like, yeah, there was just that bit where it just felt like it dropped for a moment. It was like, oh. It's sort of like after Luis's apparent death and then his return, up until we went into the final dungeons, it just sort of, the story felt like it just stalled for a while, and the gameplay just never felt as good as what we had in like the first half of the game. Like with the gauntlet runners and interacting with the different other gauntlet runners and the different tournaments and the battles. Like, yeah, I was really, really enjoying that. Yeah, it's a mixed bag for me. It could have been much better, but it was still really good. That's how I feel with this. Like still really, really good game, but it could have been better. That's roughly where it sits for me. One aspect I absolutely like, the music. Oh, music in this, absolutely fantastic. Like the choral singing here and there, even though we had some problems here and there with YouTube and stuff like that. You know if you've been following along. It's like, it's fine. It's copyright. It's understandable. We get it. We get it. It's like, it happens. It happens. But the actual music itself is amazing. Absolutely, absolutely loved it. Gameplay wise, I was a bit worried at the beginning when it was that case of like you could get all the weakness information from the informants, but it was like that only seemed to be on side stuff. Didn't really seem to be there as part of the main story all too much, which I was like, okay, yeah, that's fair enough. I like that. I like that aspect. And it reminded me very much of SMTs I've played previously. I do like the SMT game, so it's like, yeah, just, it felt very familiar in the right ways. Very much enjoyed my time with it. Very much enjoyed my time with it. But I can't really think of anything negative other than that sort of just, it dipped at one point. And if it had just maintained that, it would have been amazing. But it's just like, it's just a really good game. It's pretty much how I sit on it. It's like, it's just a really good game. I'm happy I played it. I don't know if I'd play it depends what they do. If there was like a ReFantazio, like, you know, like a Persona 5 Royale, like if there was an updated version, I don't know if I'd play it. But it depends what they do, because if it improves the bit I have an issue with, then like, well, we've added some extra story there. But like, whoa, that could actually change it up, and that could be the thing that I'm missing. That could be the thing. Could be the thing. I'd say the story as well, actually thinking about it, it's like it could have had a bit more to it. I think, yeah, that's probably like, again, where it's like, it feels like there's a little bit of a chunk missing leading up to the ending. It just feels like there's something missing there, gameplay and story wise. It just needs that little bit more. Just a bit more fleshing out maybe of the Luis story would be nice as well, I'd say. There's different ideas I brought up as well where they could explore the anxiety a bit more before you go into the final dungeons as well. Yeah, I feel like there's stuff that could be done there in a potential updated version of it, and it being an Atlas game. It's probably likely at some point, isn't it? It's probably likely. We've seen it before with other SMT games, especially Personas, and like we've seen updated versions before. And I think the team that worked on this, it's like they only worked on one other game before as this team, which was the Catherine update, if I remember correctly. I think that's what I was told. Catherine update. I may be wrong on that. Please correct me if I'm wrong. And if so, and that just points to my point, doesn't it? It's like, yeah, Catherine had an update as well. I've not played that, thinking about it. Because they added a third Catherine, didn't they? In Catherine. Not sure on that. Not sure on that at all. No. But yeah. There's nothing really to point towards that. I'd be saying like, no, there's something bad there. It's like, no, it's just a really good game. Really good game. Really good game. Very happy we had Jack Frost in it. I did not expect that. You heard me get quite excited by that, obviously, because quite like Jack Frost. You may notice. I got my big Jack Frost behind me right now. Like, it's like a 30 centimeter tall figure. Like, yes, it's quite a big Jack Frost. It's probably the size of Jack Frost. Like, you think if Jack Frost in the games is stood next to you, and that's how tall it is. That's how tall the figure is that I've got. Signed by the voice actress, the English voice actress of Jack Frost from most of the SMT games and the Persona games. Yes, yeah. So, pass it over to you. How do you feel about the game? Do you have a similar sentiment to me, I'd say, with that sort of thing? Like, oh, it was really, really good, and it went meh for a little bit and then came back. Do you have a similar view on that? Or maybe you could actually be like, oh no, there's a reason for that. And if you think about it from this point of view, like you may be able to fix it for me. Maybe there's something I've just missed or misunderstood or not really taken in right, that if you point it out to me, I'd be like, oh, and it could, correct that for me. So I'm very much open to that. It's like if I've missed something, But currently, that's how I feel. It could be a thing of like in future I'd change my views on the game and stuff like that. I may like it more, I may like it less. It's happened before with other games where I've been like, hold on a minute, thinking back on that, It's like, going to give you time to cool down and think about it after a while and then compare it to other things and sort through your thoughts, that kind of thing. So, yeah. Any insights on that? Any thoughts, please do let me know. Either comments, Discord, you know the places. But, no, actually, one thing I should talk about. The social links and stuff we had going on. I did like them quite a bit, to be honest. They felt important. I like that there wasn't really much of a time constraint, as there is usually with that kind of stuff in other Atlas games. It was like, no, I've got loads of time to sort this out. That's great. It's like, thank you. I got loads of time to sort this out. That's nice. I'd say my favorite one, in terms of story, was probably Stroll's. But my favorite character, I'd say, out of all of them, was probably Yufa. I really liked her story and how she sort of opened up as a result of everything. I really like that. Yeah. But, next up for us, we're actually going very far back in time to Final Fantasy VIII. Yes, Final Fantasy VIII. Because I feel like I need to get a replay in of that. See if my opinions could potentially change on it.
Dear guest, from a world I shall never know.
Oh.
In your eyes, I know our journey was ultimately a fiction. However, I hope your memories of this fantastical adventure burn as bright in your reality. I hope the promise of our world echoes in you. With all my heart, I hope that fantasy gives you strength.
I like that sentiment. What's that then?
Look at that. The rubble's just bait for tourists now.
Oh.
I never expected a view like this.
Let's see it all. Let's see the world.
Yeah.
A new journey now beckons. In days of eld, the people prospered and perished in turn. Struck by their ways, I wrote a book of my dearest ideals. A tale of fantasy. In my vision, they placed their trust, and so the kingdom breathed new life.
The strength to believe in the unknown, that can change everything. Without a doubt, you will face all sorts of trials ahead. But carry onward with all your heart. Onward, fearless, into a world unknown.
Fantasy lives on. And that's where we'll be ending this part and this Let's Play. So thank you very much for joining me. Hopefully we'll see you in Final Fantasy VIII or some of the other Let's Plays that are going out on the channel currently. We'll see you wherever, whenever. Thank you again for watching. Ta-ta for now.